Hi guys, and welcome to the Camera Rescue basic course. Today we're talking about pricing and value of cameras. I have Nico here with me, helping both with doing the videos and helping me fill the blank spots in my brain. But why are we talking about value? Isn't it clear that eBay recently sold listings is the global actual value of a camera? Well, not really. That is a good base for you to go and check what is the global pricing for a certain camera model. But there are many other factors that that dictate what you should pay for a camera if you are buying it. And let's go through some of them. The easiest one is, are you buying to use it or are you buying to resell it? Because if you're buying it to use it, you are usually willing to pay a bit more.
Yeah, when you're buying as a user, basically you're buying at the market price.
Yeah.
So if you're usually buying to use, you go ahead and you go to whatever store and you know the pricing and you're okay. Of course, good deals are nice, but you're not thinking about resale value and having to make that extra dollar or euros on the purchase. So you're fine with paying a little higher price for that.
And you're looking for security because you want a camera that you're going into a vacation to, or have a vacation, and you want a camera that's good and don't get surprised after doing 10 rolls.
You want to buy something that you feel it's going to be reliable from a store that's either checked it or someone that's used it. So you're buying from another colleague, photographer. So you don't want to buy a super big bargain and not test it.
With resale, obviously, you're always looking to get some profit margin. And because we are talking about camera rescue and the project where we find cameras from essentially oblivion, forgotten cameras from people who don't use them, then there are other factors to take in mind. First one being location. And there's two levels to location. There is the location, the physical location. I want to, it's 2020, the Olympus Mjus are very hot at the moment, and we'll use them as an example during this kind of game of pricing, because it's a very clear kind of example. Location wise, if you're in the streets of London or Paris or Tokyo, Olympus Mju II is already maybe 400 euros in the street prices on street stores or nice boutique stores in big cities. Online on eBay you can find them for around 300 euros. In your local Facebook analog group, people probably sell them for around 200 euros. You can find them luckily on Craigslist from someone who doesn't really know how to check it, for maybe 100 or 150 euros. But at the same time, you can find them on thrift stores for $5 or 5 euros. So geographical location matters always with all kinds of pricing and vintage gear in every case.
Yeah, when you're buying as geographical physical location, it's very important. It's not the same to be buying at a grandma's house in London than a grandma's house in Croatia. At the end of the day, the money income level also is something important. If you're buying in a very high high value country like Norway, maybe the price is a little higher because people pay more for everything. Yeah. But you have to be careful with what you're pricing it at.
And then there's always the fact that is the item online or is it offline? Like I said, a Mju II that's on Craigslist from a random person might still be worth 120 euros or 150 euros because there's so many people who have seen the ad. But if it's on a car trunk sale event, the value of it is much less because you'll probably be the only one that actually knows what it is, and so forth. When you are in this kind of situation, there's one big question that is super important to ask, because that also dictates quite a lot of the value. And the question is,
when was it last used?
yeah, I mean, obviously, if it's someone who hasn't used it in 20 years, he won't get much of value using it in the coming 5 years. It's not valuable for them. It also means that there's a higher risk buying it, because then it hasn't been used, and in a Mju's case, the flash might have gone bad, or the electronics might have gone bad, or there's battery inside
Corrosion,
that has corroded inside. So that's a very big question to ask, and the longer it has been from use, the lower the price you can pay for it without kind of feeling like, well, obviously everything here is kind of an ethical question. Like, what do you, if something is valued at 400 euros in a high-end shop, what is the value for it when you find it and you're alone and you get to dictate what you offer for it? Do you offer 5 euros for it, or 50 euros, or 100 euros? Or what is the case? And this video is mainly to help you with that decision.
Basically, the judgment also, we were talking about the fact that it's important if you're buying it from a user that's actually a photographer in the community. You're always not going to want to lowball a photographer friend. And also, if you're buying it from someone that's just got it from their ward, like their storage, and have decided to put it on sale, those people usually are okay with almost any value. Yep. And someone that's in the community will not be okay if you offer them $5.
Yeah, and then we get back to the already discussed previous video that you should check out. Why is condition 90% of the value? With Olympus Mju, I would, like, if you do not have batteries, if you do not have a way to test it when you find it, I would personally risk maybe 20 euros maximum, or 30 euros maximum for it, because there is quite a high chance that there's something wrong with the electronics, and it's like putting a lottery ticket inside, where you have chances that you will never get any money back for it because it's not repairable. So condition is 90% of the value. So the more you can check the condition, the more you should be willing to pay, and the more it is worth to pay from camera also. I think we went through all the basics of pricing here. So essentially, it's still the case that a vintage item is only worth as much as someone is willing to pay for it. And geographical location, online location, the condition, and when was it last used, all dictate if it's somewhere between 5 euros and 400 euros in the case of the Mju II in 2020. So there is a lot of options, and try to be fair to people, but you don't still have to pay overprice for someone who does really not know what they have and are not going to use it. See you in the next video.